Um, Hello and good evening. Welcome to this channel and this session today on Eduraahi. And my name is Sourav Das. I'm a BTech graduate. Let me tell you a few things about myself first before we start our session because there are many people who might not know me. So my name is Sourav and I'm a BTech graduate from ITR Bhubaneswar. I have done my engineering in electronics, applied electronics and instrumentation engineering. After that, I appeared in state civil services and I got rank 1 in OAS, Odhisa Administrative Service. I joined the service for 1 year. I worked as block development officer or BDO in Kalahandi district of Odisha. And after that, after a year of service, I actually left that service to prepare for UPSC, CSC dedicatedly. So that was in 2018. I joined the service in 2017, left it after a year. Then it was a 8 year long struggle in which I kept attempting again and again, and I kept failing in UPSC CSC. And in my last attempt, in my sixth and last attempt in 2023, the result of which came out in 2024, I secured a rank of 466. And now I'm taking training as an IRMS traffic or railway traffic service officer. So my entire preparation in civil service as such, including years of service in OAS, was almost 9 to 10 years. So it has been a very, very long journey for me. I started preparation just after my graduation, and like I said, I have not yet joined in field yet. I'm still undergoing training. It has been almost 1 year of training. So in that sense, I can be called as I guess, as a veteran of CSC preparation. So if you guys have any doubts regarding that also preparation and all, I hope I'll be able to help you. And I was asked to share a few things with you before taking up this question and answer session, including during the phase of struggle and preparation, which things helped me and which things did not work out, all the challenges that I faced, and specifically about how to take care of your mental health. And finally, I'll tell you in very, very brief about my uh, training and what I expect in future. So, in the meanwhile, I've been getting a few questions, so I'll take up those questions as well. Okay, so good evening, guys. One question is how long did you sustain such a long duration? I guess long duration of preparation. Okay, we'll talk about that too. So, first and foremost, when we start our preparation, we have a very idealistic sort of mindset that this is what we want to do in CSE. And I'd prefer that you guys, all of you, should clear it in the first one or two attempts. But in case that does not happen and you keep on appearing in the exam and failing the exam, it is very natural that your self-confidence would take a hit. Okay, and mine had taken a hit quite a number of times. And gradually, you'll also start asking yourself those philosophical questions that why am I here? Why am I even preparing for this service? What will I get out of this? Do I really want to be in civil service? So these are all, natural ways of going about the struggle or the preparation. And my suggestion is that whatever your core or initial motivation has been, please document it. Okay, whatever you questions you ask yourself and you get the answer that this is why I want to join civil service, please write it down and you paste it on your table. Because gradually what will happen is that sometimes you will lose steam and you will start thinking that maybe this is not worth it. And let me tell you, the journey is worth it. Yes. So all the questions that you might ask yourself, why am I doing this? You'll get the answer once you clear the service. Before that, you will have a sort of very idealistic kind of a view. But after you join, you will be much more clearer about what is going to happen. Okay. It is always the failure that gives you that doubt, and in a way, it's a good thing because it tests your faith, it challenges you, and the journey and the failure itself is the most transforming part. Okay. And the success, the act of getting something, that does not teach you a lot. The act before that, the journey, the struggle, that will shape your entire philosophy, that will shape your outlook towards life. So, for example, if I talk about a little bit about technical terms, I used to think that prelims would be very easy for me. I would easily clear prelims, and I used to always focus on the mains. And due to that kind of a strategy, I used to fail prelims often. And then I decided, no, I can't take any stage of this exam easily. Okay, I'll not take it for granted. So I put equal amount of focus on prelims as well as mains. Before clearing prelims, I used to think that okay, I can take a couple of mock tests and that will be enough, maybe 10 tests, 20 tests. So when I used to fail continuously, then I decided, no, I will not take any chance now. I will take as many tests as possible. And in my fifth attempt, I remember to clear the prelims, I took 107 tests. In 5 months, I took 100 mock tests, prelims mock tests. And in the last 1 month, I took 7 tests. And I focused in the last month, I focused more on revision. And see, the point is the preparation is sort of a black box. You don't know what goes in. You have some idea. Okay, these things might work. These things might not work. And when it works, it's all good. But when it doesn't work, then you cannot take things for granted. And then you are like, okay, I can't take the bare minimum thing. Now I have to do the best thing possible. Now I'll do everything. So this in general I have found is a common thing among all the people who have cleared the exam in the later attempts. So in the initial attempts, you will always look at, okay, these are the minimum things I'll do. I'll focus only on these things and I'll clear. And if it works, then it's very good for you. But if it doesn't work, then you have to go the extra mile and you have to do all the things that you did not do in the previous attempts. Okay. So it is very important that you understand that you change your strategy according to your result. If you don't change it, then you are going to repeat. You keep on making the same mistakes, you are going to get the same outcome, right? And during this long preparation stage, the most challenging part was that the initial self, you can say the confidence or the self-worth, that will take a hit. And at that time, it's very important that you find yourself some good people who will keep on encouraging you. And I was fortunate in a sense that my family was very protective of me and they supported me. They sort of insulated me from all the outside criticism. But in case you don't have that kind of supportive family, and I know that many people are not very fortunate in this, then you have to find at least some friends who are willing to support you, because otherwise it's going to be a very long and a very lonely journey. Okay, and support of your close ones, this is essential, I feel. If you can, for example, make a closed group of aspirants, like-minded people who are very, very dedicated. Please don't uh, have that kind of a study group in which some people are serious and some people are not serious. So you find yourself a sort of a serious group and keep on motivating each other. Towards the end of your exam cycle, this peer group is what is going to keep pushing you for that extra bit to go that extra mile. And towards the towards the end of my preparation, I felt that apart from all of these things, one thing I really ignored was my mental health. And it's not like I was focusing on physical health either, but in this process of failure and giving this exam again and again, I felt that I had actually neglected my mental health. So my advice to all of you guys would be, in case you find yourself to be seriously depressed or not feeling like talking to anyone, you feel like shutting yourself down, which I also used to do. then do not hesitate to get professional help. Although in my case, I did not need to do that, but I think I was pretty close to it. I came very close to it, but in the end, yes, finally success is the, I guess, is the biggest healer of all these things. And after clearing the exam in my last attempt, I joined Lavasna in 2024, August, towards the end of August, 26th August 2024. Then there was 3 months of training. That was foundation course at Masuri. And I had a great time there, although from our foundation course onwards, now the level of discipline has been increased a lot by, Lavasna. So you guys might have heard about this. So ours was the first batch in which this level of strictness, you can say, was brought on. So it is no longer key you are going to have a grand gala time in Lavasna. You are just going to click a lot of photos, post in social media. It's not going to be like that. And it's going to be a lot of actual training work and a lesson in self restraint, in the sense that nowadays they are much more stricter about posting videos or photos of yourself or your friends inside Lavasna, and you will get a lot of assignments to do. You will travel a lot, and they will be coordinated or arranged by Lavasna, so you don't have to worry about that. But you are going to enjoy your training. Training will be hard, but you are going to enjoy it. And secondly, the most important thing about Lavasana is not even about the training. It's Lavasana is a sort of microcosm of India itself. So you'll have people from all over, across the country, and there you will have this kind of self-awareness. Okay, there are so many smart people out there, much more smarter than me, and they have been through the same journey, and you will keep on learning from them. Okay, and you will pick up a thing or two from your peers in Lavasana. For me, I one thing which was eye-opening for me in Lavasana was that uh, I felt like my journey was unique, that I had struggled a lot, that I deserved to get here. But when I reached Lavasana, I found that perhaps there were many more deserving people than me who got there. And that also led to the awareness that many more deserving people had also not been to Lavasana, could not clear the exam because of some kind of bad luck or something. So it also in a way makes you humble. It makes you realize the uncertainty of this exam. And after the 3 months of foundation course, then people were allotted the different services, and they left for their respective parent academies. For us, it was Iridim in Lucknow. And since joining my training in railway traffic service, I have been traveling a lot more than what I had traveled even during Lavasa. And this is something I know that many of you guys would have thought that, Bharat Darshan is the ultimate thing in training that you are going to enjoy a lot. But the Bharat Darshan in railways service is, I think it is like Bharat Darshan Ultra Pro Max. It's the next level. I mean, no one can match it. You are going to continuously travel, and there will be short breaks in which there will be institutional training, but then you will keep on traveling to different institutions as well as different places of OJT, on job training. For example, during the last 30 days, I went from Itanagar to Zero Valley, then to Majuli Island, then to Sivsagar, Dibrugarh, Roing, Acheso, Anini district in Arunachal Pradesh, then to Dimapur, Tinsukia, Dimapur, Kohima, Kisama, all of the, across different parts of Northeast just within 30 days. And I had to then fly back and report at Iridim, Bangalore. And from after Bangalore, went to Chennai, from Chennai to Rameshwaram, and then back to ICF Chennai. So, I mean, just imagine that you are traveling almost 24/7, and your body sort of gets used to sleeping at night while traveling. You wake up somewhere in a very new place, and you have to find out where you have to go, and you are living a life out of your suitcase from day to day basis. So, it's also challenging. I'm not going to deny it, but it's also very exciting because one day you'll realize that this amount of exposure, sheer amount of exposure you are getting from this service, from this training, is not something that you are going to get in any other service. This is what I can guarantee you. Okay. And yes, there is a lot of glamour in IAS, IPS, IFS, but there is also a lot of fun and learning and glamour as well in other allied services, which does not get highlighted, unfortunately, because somehow the limelight is always focused on these services. But I can assure you that no service in civil service is inferior or superior. Once you get into the service, then you get a flavor of that service. Then you realize, okay, this is the kind of job I have to do, and you start to enjoy that, training and work. Okay. And by the way, it is a caveat. I'm not saying that railways is all fun or anything. In fact, I have heard that we are getting an exposure into railway traffic service, and we can see that it's a very hectic job. It's a 24/7 job, and you have to deliver, and you have to be on your toes 24/7. But I feel confident now after having gone through this training, including in foundation course in Lavasana, that I'll be able to handle whatever comes my way. Okay. So in that sense, don't worry about which service you are going to get in. Whichever service it is going to be worth it. And like I said, all those philosophical questions that might come your way while you are unable to clear the exam, all of them are going to melt away once you get into the service. Okay. So have faith and try your best to clear the exam. There are other things to do even if you don't clear CSE, God forbid, but we are not going to talk about those things today. For today, we are going to discuss about if you have any doubts about the exam. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, please raise them in the live chat. I'll see your comments and I'll answer. Okay, one question has been how was the life in other services which you get through CSE, except IS, IPS, IFS, because we don't get to hear about other services a lot. Yes, like I said, because there is this sort of limelight which is usually focused on IS, IPS, IFS, and these few services, and because the lack of, you can say, motivation in part of people in other services, somehow I don't see them talk about their services that often. But yes, each and every service in CSE, you see that preference list of services available. Each of them has a unique charm of its own. Okay, each of them would give you a different kind of a life than what you have imagined. Okay. And by the way, no single service is the sort of be all end all of all services. It's not like that. You can be quite miserable in a service like IS or IPS. You can be very happy in a service like forest service or information service. Okay, it entirely depends on what kind of attitude you yourself bring into the service. You yourself bring into your workplace. So that will also depend on how the service looks like to you. Okay, another person has asked, nature of job should be carefully chosen after considering personality traits. An extrovert person doing a job where he just works on a computer whole day might not be just satisfying. True, but you tell me which civil service in this list allows you to have a desk job 24/7. There is no such service. Think about it. I mean, barring maybe one or two jobs in the Group B service like AFHQCS, there is one Armed Forces Headquarters Civil Service. Even because I have not been into that service, whatever I have heard, I think that it might not be that exciting. But again, I mean, it all depends on you. You see other services. You tell me which job would let you sit at your desk for 24/7. There is no such job. You think IRSIT is something that you are going to sit at your computer? No, you are going to travel a lot in IRSIT too. You are going to travel a hell lot more in a service like forest service. You are going to travel in information service. You are going to go to different places. You are going to have exposure You are going to travel to different countries, different ports, different conferences in a service like Indian Trade Service. So I don't deny this fact that yes, you should try to analyze your characteristics, your personality traits, and then try to fill out your service preference. Of course, all of us try to do that. Which kind of service am I best suited to? But even in case you don't get your preferred choice of service, then also it's okay. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That it's not the end of anything. You are going to have a good time in other service as well. Okay. Then uh, another question is you cleared UPSC in last attempt. How was the pressure? Because you had already left your previous job. Did you how about backup or plan B? Did you have? Okay, my plan B was in a way like I had two ideas while preparing. While I left my previous job, then I did not have a plan B. Then I only had a plan A, that is CSC. But after I kept failing in a couple of attempts, I thought ki it's okay even if I don't clear this, then I'll start teaching and mentoring kids. Like I had started my own channel. I used to teach people for free. And once you are not in any government job, then you can, of course, you can start a company. You can start to get paid for teaching as well. But somehow, even I felt that even if that doesn't work out, then my last plan was to just start writing fiction, non-fiction, and try to get published and try to earn a living in that. And I knew at that time that it would be a very difficult thing, but still, that is where my heart was at. So I thought that even if it is difficult, I should give it a try. But I mean, it's a good thing that I did not have to go to that level and I cleared this exam. Until now, even in the service, I'm trying to, while under training, I'm trying to write things and I'll try to get myself published one day. Okay. So in my case, I have always tried to follow my passion instead of, trying to settle down somewhere for money or something. After a certain time, you will realize that, okay, you do need money, everything is fine. But if you are not enjoying your job, then even if you are earning, let's say, above 1 lakh or something, which is considered to be a very good salary in India, even then you will not feel satisfied. Okay. Uh, Another question is, I've been appearing in prelims 5 times and not be able to clear how to approach last attempt. For you, my friend, I would suggest that before you make a strategy, please try to write down, you analyze your previous attempts and you try to find out all of the things that you knew you were supposed to do, but you did not do. Or in other words, all the lacuna or the mistakes that you made. Because if you have been attempting for 5 times and you failed, probably you are doing something wrong. Okay. So instead of trying to find out what more can I do, first try to find out what could be the thing that you have been doing wrong this whole time. For example, I gave an example in the beginning of this session. I told you that one mistake I found out after 4 attempts is that I was reading a lot, I was preparing a lot, but I was not testing myself enough. So I was not taking enough number of prelims mock tests. And then in my fifth attempt, I decided that, okay, that's it. I'm not going to take any more risks. Now I'm going to do the one thing which I always avoided, and that was to take a large number of tests. And in that attempt, I took 107 mock tests before my prelims. So I feel like all of us would at some point would understand that, okay, these are the things I need to improve on. But somehow you get, in a sort of motion in which you keep on repeating things. So please try to identify which things did not work out for you and you try to correct them. Okay. Another question is, how do you manage family life while being in service, which requires frequent travel? Uh, it's a very good question. I think this is a question you should ask to my family. And the answer is that you will have to be on call for a very long time. Okay, so you will try to coordinate everything. I try to, I try to find out some time in the at night after dinner and to talk to my family. And even then, I'm usually not able to spend much time with my family because we don't get that much leave, even during training. Like there is this very prevalent idea that training is that kind of a period in which it's like a paid holiday. I mean, you are going to enjoy in training. I'm not denying that, but it's not a paid holiday. Okay, so it's not like you are going to get a lot of time to spend at your home. And but it's okay. You'll realize one day that you would prefer this kind of a life to a life in which you have very less things to do. Because when you are very busy, then you understand the value of time, and those small amount of time that you take out to connect to your family or friends, they become very valuable to you. And at the end of the day, you should also be aware that this is what you signed up for. You did not sign up to this thing that okay, you are going to get a glamorous life, you are going to get a bungalow and a gadi and everything, and no one is going to demand work from you. So that's not it. The government is paying you. The government is arranging accommodation and transportation, everything for you. By the way, for example, in railway traffic service or in general in railway service, you get a duty pass and you can travel in almost any train of India. While in training, you can travel to any part for free. Apart from that, you also get a lot of privilege pass. You have your PTOs. You get opportunity to stay in any major stations or major cities. Usually, there will be ORH or Officers Rest House of Railways. There you can stay for free while you are on duty. While you are not on duty, also you can pay a minimal amount and you can stay there. So these are all facilities which are being given to you, not so that you can enjoy. These are facilities which are given to you so that you can do your duty sincerely. Okay. So once you develop this kind of attitude, then all the travel and everything that makes sense. You are at the end of the day, we are here to serve. We are not here to enjoy. Training is just something in which you are supposed to learn all the nitty-gritties of the service. But once you are into the service, then you have to deliver. Okay. So when you develop this attitude, then you won't ask yourself, why am I not getting a lot of time to see my family? Better once you get posted, you can bring your family to there. No issues. You'll get a nice quarter. You'll get some vehicle. You can bring your family. You can raise a family there. Okay. There was one question: how to stay fit emotionally because there is a lot of social pressure this exam brings. Uh, I think I had discussed it a little bit ago before, just after I started the session, that you need to find yourself supportive people. If not your family, then you should have a few friends. For example, I was fortunate that I had a very good supportive family. And I also had very good friends from college days, also friends from my previous job, my batchmates from Odhisa Administrative Service, and they were extremely helpful, and they always supported me. I mean, a few people who are very close to me, they used to support me a lot, to the extent that sometimes they would even pay for my materials. They would pay for my books. They would take me to trips with them sometimes, ki chalo thoda relax kar lo, itna tension mat lo. So these are the people you need to have in your life. If you don't have them, try to at least develop a peer group of aspirants like you who can keep on motivating each other, who can keep on pushing each other to go that extra mile. Okay. There is another question: between your previous job and your present service, do you feel OS offers other kind of dynamic nature of job? Uh, I guess you have less idea about railways. That's why you are asking this kind of question. Railways is, in fact, one of the most diverse organizations in this country, and I would even argue probably in the world also. It is one ministry which has, several departments like traffic, commercial, mechanical, civil engineering, all of that personnel. It is one ministry which used to have its own budget. It's not like that if you are working in one stream that you are confined to that job only. You will be posted in different capacities in different areas. And in general, traffic is a sort of administrative kind of a job within the railways. IRTS was called till now is called the IAS of railways, although I don't agree with such kind of generalization. But yes, it gives you a diverse exposure to different kind of work. And you have to also liaison with the civil administration, you have to liaison with police, you have to liaison with IT department, you have to liaison with customs department, you have to coordinate with a number of people while you are working in railways as such. And many people, while preparing, also don't know that once in the service, once you are in any civil service, after a certain level, you get empaneled into secretary level. Then you can go on deputation, and before that, also you can go to different ministries. You can go to state civil service back. You can work under the state government, and you can get various exposures. You can work in civil administration also. Although many people, while they work in any particular organization, they prefer not to go because they get into that kind of comfort zone. But all the great officers I have seen in whether in railways or in any other civil service, they have gone on deputations to very challenging posts, very very diverse kind of posts. Recently, we went to South Central Railway, and there we found that a few traffic service officers had been deputed to Bangladesh. They were working as railway coordinators or advisors to government of Bangladesh. So you imagine that kind of exposure when the nature of job is sort of like an IFS officer. Okay, you can work as a CRC or commissioner for rail coordination. There you are a vital link between the central government and the state government. And you can straight away also go to other ministries, work as secretary in departments like external affairs. You can work in home ministry. You can work in Ministry of Culture, and number of officers have been there. So don't think that if you are in any single service that you are bound to spend your entire career in that service. I have seen officers who have spent very less time in railways and 90% of their career out of railways. Okay. So I mean, once you are a civil servant, the sky is the limit. Now it depends on your level of motivation and your priorities, whether you want to go out of your service and do something else. You want to take up a new challenge, or you want to keep on doing the same thing again and again. Okay. One question is, how is life post UPSC selection? Is this exam hype worth? Ananya, in short, I'll say yes. This exam is worth it, and have made this point before. When you fail this exam, then you get a lot of philosophical questions. Do I want to be in this service? What do I get out of this service? Am I even motivated enough? Okay, why am I doing this? Who am I? What is my position in this universe? But once you clear the exam, again everything falls into place. Then the original motivation with which you started this journey, that again becomes clear. The problem is that all the setbacks and failures, they make you question your motivation. So you need to have some kind of solution or answer to the setbacks. Once you overcome your setbacks, then your motivation. I mean, you will not face a lot of difficulty, mental challenges in clearing the exam. Okay. So yes, in short, the exam is worth it. Although I'm not saying that other avenues are not worth it. Of course, it is entirely your choice. There are many more avenues or jobs or services which are worth it. But is civil service worth the hype? Yes, it is. Okay. Don't make it a X versus Y debate. It's not like whether this service is better or that service. If you wanted to come into the civil service, it is worth it. Okay. Then, how is life after the selection? I'll give you a very brief description. Apart from the overview that I've given you, I'll give you a brief description of how my life looks like now, like how a typical day in my life looks now. So, either I'd be traveling from one place to another. Usually, we travel after every week, almost every week, we'll travel to a new place, new institute, new place of training, OJT. So in the weekends, we'll be on a train, we'll be planning something, we'll book tickets on our railway pass, then we'll have to send a message to get it confirmed. Then you arrange all the logistics. Travel is everything is taken care of. You book an ORH. Then you go there. You find out all the routes. You reach there. You show them your ID card. You check in. Then you set your things up. And then probably from Monday onwards, either your work or your training or classes will start. If you are in an CTI or Central Training Institute, so your classes will be from Monday to Friday, and classes are typically from 9:30 to 4:30. And this can be a mix of theoretical classes as well as practicals. So sometimes you'll go and sit in a very nice auditorium, and you will have your nameplate on, okay, and you will be provided like everything from water to food to chocolates, everything. And during break, there will be a mess or canteen or something like that. You'll go there, you will have your food. You'll have to pay for your food, but your accommodation and all, those are all taken care of. Those are for free. And otherwise, if you are that week, if you are on OJT, on job training, then you will have to go to your place of training, which is, let's say, for example, a DRM office, okay, or any other place that you have been sent to. And you will go there and you interact with your seniors, and depending on what your seniors ask you to do, they can also tell you that you can go and relax, no issues. After 3 4 hours, they can tell you, we are done for the day. Okay, then you can go to your room. Otherwise, you will have to sit with them, talk with them. They will show you around, and sometimes you also have to write a report at the end of your training. While you are taking training CTIs, after each module there will be an exam, and you have to pass that exam. We don't take these exams that seriously because by this time everyone knows what are the core things. But yes, you have to pass the exam and you will get a certificate. Okay. And then again, the week will change and you will have to travel to a new place. Okay. And in the meanwhile, there will be a couple of days. If you can squeeze in between the days of travel, then you can travel around and see the place nearby. For example, if you are posted, or sorry, if you are taking training in NADT Nagpur, okay, National Academy of Direct Taxes. So you can, after some time, you'll go around and see things around Nagpur. If you are posted, for example, next we are going to take training in Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy. So I'm planning that if I get some time, I'll explore Hyderabad as well. Okay. So no matter where you are taking training, you'll always find some free time, and training gives you that opportunity to explore the local places, all the areas of sightseeing. So this is my usual day. From it starts as early as 8 a.m. or 8:30 a.m. Then you get ready, have your breakfast, go to your class or your place of training. Then you have lunch in between. In the evening around 4:30 or 5 o'clock, you are free. Then you can roam around, you can explore the area, you can hang out with your friends. Usually in many CTIs, they will give you opportunity to wind down with a lot of cultural activities. There will be arenas for sports activity. Previously, we were taking training in Iriset in Sikandrabad. There, they had a very nice golf club and a very big ground where you could play golf, and I tried my hand at golf. So this is just an example that you go to different places and they have different facilities, and you take advantage of it, and you all the life passions or things that you wanted to do, those things you can squeeze into your training as well. Okay, so this is what your training would look like once you get into the service. It is going to be very hectic. You are going to travel a lot, but again, you are going to enjoy. This is one once in a lifetime opportunity. Another question is, how about coaching? The market is flooded with coaching and guidance. How to select a coaching or mentorship program? Okay, I have to. Before answering this, I'll give you a caveat that I myself started a free coaching institute. I mean, I don't have a physical presence at that time, but I started from my own, just on my iPad, called OCS Prep with Sourav Das and team. So, and I have also worked for a year in coaching industry. And the short answer from it is that don't just go by the names. You see which are the faculties who are teaching there. You see some of their videos. You see maybe their notes, or their the kind of guidance they are providing. If you feel confident enough, go for it. It's not like only the established or the big names, they are going to give you the best kind of a coaching. It's absolutely not. And secondly, some people also question the necessity, the very necessity of taking coaching itself. Again, it entirely depends on you. Okay, I'll not recommend or advise you to any single institute or anything, but you take your time to see whether you need it or not. And depending on your research, you see which faculties are good, which teachers are teaching at the institute, and accordingly you can take a call. Okay. Otherwise, if you want, you can also prepare on your own. No issues. I've known a lot of people who have cleared this exam without any coaching. Okay. One question is, at what stage should one take decision whether to quit civil service preparation? A good amount of prime time is consumed in this preparation without any guarantee. Completely true. But I don't think I'm the right person to answer your question, because in my case, I went till the end. Like, I went till the last attempt to, I did not quit at any point. So probably you are asking the wrong, this question to the wrong person. Uh, s- for this same question, I have seen different kind of answers from different toppers or people who could not clear the exam. Some people would say that once you lose your motivation, once you get the kind of philosophical questions that I was talking about, then it is time to quit. That if you are thinking that why am I here? What will I get out of civil service? Is civil service worth it? Maybe it's time for you to quit, but some people are there who are not going to quit till the end, not till the last attempt. And many of them are also going to clear. So it's your choice whether you want to quit midway or not. Okay. And I agree that it wastes a lot of precious time. But then again, the amount of knowledge that you are going to gain in the service, or sorry, in the due course of preparation is going to be immense. It is going to transform your life. The only problem I have with preparation is that you are only going to gain mostly knowledge, but not skills. Okay, you are not going to get a lot of market driven skills while preparation. And for that reason, while you try to enter into the economy again in any other capacity, it is going to pose a challenge. No doubt about it. Okay. Suppose you have started preparation 4 5 years ago after completing your BTech or something, and now again you want to enter into software companies. It is going to be difficult for you because the skill set you had 4 years ago that would have expired, and also by today's time, maybe the kind of skill set they are looking for would be entirely different. Okay, so it is your choice for how long you can sustain. And again, as I said, there are going to be some stubborn people who are going to go till the end. Okay, so you have to decide which kind of a person you are. Okay, another question is, what is the best way to prepare, offline or online? Is offline coaching worth the money and time invested in it? I can give you an answer from psychological perspective since I have studied psychology. So there are pros and cons in offline and online. Of course, offline, I mean, it requires a physical presence, so it might be taxing on you, and it is very tempting that you should opt for online, right? And many people do that. But the psychological issues with it that offline, during offline coaching, it forces you to be mentally present as well. When you are in the class and the teacher is in front of you, that forces you to be mentally present at least half of the time. Okay. Maybe once in a while your mind will wander and you'll get lost in thought. But the intensity of preparation is better, much better in offline coaching. Okay. Or in general, wherever you are sitting in a classroom, then you are more focused on what is going on. In online, the issue is that you will try to procrastinate things a lot because you have all the videos of all the classes there. You have the opportunity to wake up and go to sleep at any time. So what you will do is that it is a general human tendency to sort of put off things for later on, and they will end up having a pile of things to do, and you would not have been able to do it. So my suggestion in general for preparation would be to go old school about it. Try to attend offline classes. In case you have any difficulties, you have some issues that you have to attend to your parents, you can't leave your hometown, then sure, the second best option would be online coaching. Okay. One question is how to stay motivated throughout the entire preparation. Okay, I don't know why I keep on getting this question again and again. Probably because of my, long duration of preparation. In my case, to be very brutally honest, because of the risk that I had taken, because I had already left my previous job and I did not have any immediate backup plan, although I was teaching and mentoring students. But because I had left this, very sort of good service, so that itself was a motivation for me. So your motivation can be a carrot or a stick. It can be a combination of both. In my case, I had burnt my bridge to my past, so I had no other choice than to keep on moving forward. Okay. Again, I don't recommend it to everyone. No, I mean I'm aware that not everyone is brave enough to do it. Not everyone has privilege enough to do it. They don't have that kind of supporting family to do this. They don't have the sort of supportive friends. But if you can do it, then sure. I mean, you can go all guns blazing into this thing. Otherwise, if you have some circumstantial issues that you cannot prepare without any backup, then try to find out time, whatever time you can, try to maximize your efficiency, and you can do a backup job, and while there you can start preparing. Okay. And as to how to keep on motivating yourself, again, like I told you in the beginning, you ask yourself this question that why did you start this preparation? Was it because of some kind of external motivation that you are going to get a lot of salary? By the way, there is not a lot of salary in this service. Okay, you are going to get enough, but don't expect that you are going to be very rich or anything. Okay, and so if you had this kind of motivation that you are going to get a lot of money, you are going to get a very nice bangla, you are going to get some vehicle, with lal batti and all, and this is the aura that you are going to farm, then you are going to get demotivated very very easily. So unless that motivation is something internal, then that will not sustain your this journey. Okay. So this is number one, which is motivation. So you would ask yourself, what kind of motivation did you start this preparation for? If your motivation is genuine, you write them down, you paste it on your in front of your study table, and you see this every day, and it will work as a sort of self affirmation to you that okay, this is why I started. Because it's very natural that after a few attempts you would have forgotten why you started this preparation, and you are just going through the motion. You're just going through prelims, mains, and interview. And the second thing, which is even more important than motivation, is discipline. And discipline is something that once you understand, okay, this is my goal, this is why I'm doing civil service, this is why I'm preparing, then you break down that goal into a number of achievable tasks or number of steps, and you execute those steps without second thought. Okay, so discipline is the sort of marching forward on the path, while motivation is the sort of the goal or the end point where I want to go. Okay, you need both of them, but after you set your goal, you have to keep on working towards achieving it. And for that, it is very important that you show up for your daily battles every day. Okay, it's like once you have decided, okay, I'm going to do this, then you break it down to the number of different stages. For example, today I'm going to finish this chapter, so you have to finish this chapter anyhow. It's not like okay, I'm not motivated enough to do it, then I'll do it today. You and because if you keep on doing that, again you'll end up with a pile of things to do. So it is better that even if you are not able to completely finish your task for today, still you try to do at least some things. You should not have this kind of tricks in which you are just studying for a few days, then again you take a break of 15, 20 days, again you come back to it. Should not be like that. Every day should have some amount of at least 1 hour of productive work. If you don't do that, then it is going to pile up the things that you are going to do, and that list of things that you have not done, that is going to demotivate you. Okay, so the combination of these two things, motivation and discipline, this is going to take you till the last line. One question is, how was your experience in the UPSC interview board? The experience was, I mean, I can't describe it in a single word. I remember a few incidents from it. I can describe a few things. For example, like in my fifth and sixth attempt, in both attempts, I was one of the first ones of that day to go into the interview hall. So you get very less time to mentally prepare for the final call. So once you enter into the UPSC Bhavan, then there is a circular chamber where your document verification is done. And then almost immediately after my document verification was done, I got a call that you are next, you are first. So I went there, and there is a single chair out of the board. Like there would be a number of boards, which each board will be in a single room, and out of that room there will be a single chair, and you will have to sit there and wait for your call. And while sitting there for 5 or 6 minutes or whatever it is, that will feel like an eternity. Okay. And in that time also you will question all kind of, philosophical questions will come into your mind. Am I prepared for this? What am I going to say? So, and while I was sitting there, I remember this. I told myself that no matter what is going to happen today, I'm very grateful that I made it this far. And even if I'm not able to answer all of their questions, I'm not going to despair. I'm going to be thankful. I'll thank the board and I'll try to answer as honestly as possible. And once I went into the room, then my experience was that once they start asking you questions, then you are rather more at ease because you are focusing, your mind is entirely focused on what question they are asking and how I should answer. So the level of anxiety is very, very high just outside the room. Once you get inside the room, somehow it comes to a manageable level. This has been my experience. And then you don't need anyone's guidance as such. You have already prepared for so long. You must have taken mock interviews before this, I suppose, because otherwise no one goes there without any kind of experience. So at least you would have taken a few mocks. So you know to some extent what they are going to ask you. But whatever you prepare for, it is always going to be a little bit different from what you expected. It is never going to be 100% what you expected for. Okay. There are going to be googlies, there are going to be easy questions, they are going to ask questions you never expected, but it is fine. Once you go into the chamber, just be yourself, be honest, and in the end, remember they are not they are not testing your knowledge, they are testing your personality. So even if you are unable to answer a few questions, it is completely fine. What is important that your personality should shine through, and that should show them that you are civil servant kind of a material. Okay. Okay, so I guess we have already overshot our time duration for the session. I had expected this to go for around 30 minutes. That was what I was asked for. But already we're approaching the 1 hour mark. So in case you don't have any further questions, then we're going to wrap up this session. So in any last minute questions, any queries? Okay, so I guess that's it. So all the best to you guys. I hope you do well. And in case of any other queries related to service or training or life after getting into the service, anything at all, you can put in the comments and I'll try to answer them later on. Okay. So all the best of wishes to you guys and take care. And I hope that you guys reach your goal, whatever you have decided for. Okay. All the best to you.